another live day with Casper. Here at Life Skateboards, we handcraft everything. We do everything in-house. We press the boards, we shape the boards, and we apply the graphics. Here on Lives, I tend to just go through these stacks of boards for me to shape that Sam's already cut the shape out for. If we get done with this in a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to be able to go ahead and press live as well. Or before we get this started, I'm going to share this to a couple other platforms. If you're watching this after the live, thank you so much. And please subscribe so you can catch me actually working live. 1 second here. And now we're going to copy this link. What's up, Juggalo? Actually, before I go share this again real quick, Juggalo, I saw your message and I'm going to get to it later on. We'll talk about that later. Alrighty, and we're back. So I'd like to start this live off today just thanking one of the subscribers and customers that found us here, John. John sent us some coffee. It's whole bean, and I'm going to try it when I get home. Sam's already tried it and said it was amazing. Kind of thinking maybe we'll just get an electric kettle in here and just use a French press and start lives off by making some of John's coffee. John ordered a few of those signature shapes from me, and we're both really grateful for this. Check it out. Let's see if I can get this in some good lighting here. There you go. Check that out. Support somebody that genuinely cares about quality with their product as well. And thank you, John, for sending us this. I'm going to get this, take this bag home with me today. Try to start my day tomorrow off with it. And then hopefully I can get this integrated into the live somehow. All right. So before we get started shaping here, just so you guys know what to expect over the next few days here, tonight at 5 p.m. I have a video scheduled to upload that's all Insta360 footage with the side-by-side while we were over in Columbia Station. That's part of that Lagoon to the Moon series where we're traveling with Luke and Chuck and filming everything we do. That Insta360 footage was really fun to go through. Unfortunately, the video glitched in the first few seconds, but it is what it is. I'll get better with it as we go here. So that uploads at 5 o'clock tonight. That's just 15 minutes of straight Insta360 footage. And then on Monday at 5 p.m., we have the entire trip video posting. Luke, Chuck, Johnny, and I went out to Columbia Station, which is the Fireball Farm. Check out that channel. It's going to be awesome. Jim does fireworks. He owns the lagoon. He's got miles and miles and miles of trails. So we took the side-by-side back there. We shot some stuff back there. There was an amazing fireworks show with fireballs. If you don't know what a fireball is, it's a huge gasoline explosion with a lift charge. And Jim walked us through the entire fireworks setup before it started. So that's going to be really exciting. Really excited to continue all of that. Thank you, Teddy. I'm trying real hard. I've been stuck editing for the last few days, but we've got footage from another trip down to the Columbus area for Lagoon to the Moon 2, and then we are scheduling another trip back to go visit Jim at Columbia Station before all the leaves come down. And now that I've edited a couple trip videos, I think I know what I want as far as filming goes so that we can work on that. And it sounds like Sam is in here. So, plan today was going to be to work through these 3 at a time. We've got 3. All right, so we're going to start off with these 3 here. And we're going to take these 3 through to start off. Give me 1 second here. Be right back with you. Happy birthday. Crypto Keeper. I would have wished you happy birthday, but since you were trying to trick me into saying racial slurs, we're not going to do that here. That's really dumb. Hi, Sam. Never mind. Sam's not here. That was weird. Sam got in the chat as a door closed out there because the wind closed it, and I thought Sam got here. Do the new shapes first? Yep, I can do that. So that's the cool thing about having your boss on the live, is when you need updates, he can just tell you. So we're gonna go ahead and start with these new shapes here. So these, if I'm remembering correctly, Sam, these were from a customer request. So these are the first ones that are ever getting shaped like this. You're talking about the aggro right there. So that was actually designed by Lou Ross. Yeah, I did notice that Scram had some spiky boards. We've got a gigantic version of that board coming out as well. But yeah, so this is an example here. So if you guys don't know Sam Koch in the comments there, that is the owner and operator of Life Skateboards. He's who you talk to about customs. He cuts out all the shapes. He makes all the templates. And here are a couple of those shapes. So if you've got some dream that you want your shape to be a skateboard, you can make it. Do we paint it? No, Emil, we don't paint it. We apply our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. There's some other videos of that as well. So what those are, they're a relief image. It's the reverse image of what you want on the graphic. So we commission a local artist, usually Ben Blakely, to carve the image into it. We roll the speedball ink onto the stamp itself, stamp it onto the board, roll the back, pull it off, and there it is. If you'd like some examples of finished boards before we start here, I will show you guys. This is the room we press everything in, and here's a bunch of finished boards. So there's those graphics applied with hand-carved lino blocks. There's a fade on it. So we can do different colors within the same graphic. Let's see. Combine multiple graphics. Do really cool fades on them. This sturgeon is a big favorite here. But, all right. Do we sell these? Yes, I apologize. So if you go to lifeskateboard.com, that's going to be lifeskateboard.com. You can get any of these boards. There's over 77 shapes. There's a new website in the works that should have even more options on it. So we're going to get started on shaping here. Nightbot was supposed to be set up to answer questions. And one of those questions was, what's the website? So looks like it's not working too well. But I worked without a chatbot for a while. Hopefully it's just in there reminding you guys of the website and also reminding you of my Patreon. Am I the artist or make board? I am the sole hourly employee here at Life Skateboards. Can we ship to the EU? We ship all over the world. International shipping sucks, but it's a flat rate. So if you order with some friends, you save some on shipping, we lose some on shipping, we sell multiple boards, it evens out. The website is lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. If you pay attention to Night Chat, it should be putting the website in there every few minutes. Can I show how they paint it? Emil, that's in another building over there, and we have some other lives where I've done that, but we are currently connected to the Wi-Fi here, and this is a big metal box. So the printing studio is over there, but there are plenty of videos of me printing with the lino blocks. Dang it. Nice. Well, Sam, everybody ignore Nightbot. I'm sure you guys will figure it out. It's lifeskateboard.com, not Life Skateboards. Life Skateboard. I have some editing to do when I'm done here. But I'm going to get to work here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's really frustrating that I got to fix that later. How is it going to autocorrect afterwards? That's just silly. Were you in prison? Emil, if you think every person with a tattoo's been to prison, you've got some things to learn about life. That's funny. All right. So I'm gonna get to making skateboards. If you have any questions, you'll get there. a lot of tools. Did somebody just say that the tattoos that I chose to put on me mean whatever they think it means? Because that's not how that works. This means I like spiders. This means I like snakes. That's so silly. That's pretty funny. Somebody watched a lot of prison movies and thought they were real. But anyway, no, I've never been to prison. I'm pretty open about my past, though. Been to jail. I used to be a horrible, horrible, horrible drunk. And made some really dumb mistakes when I was younger. So got a DUI on my record, but 8 years clean from booze. So that got weird. That chat got really weird for a little bit. But all right, we're gonna take this over to the edge router here, and I've noticed that people really do enjoy watching this here, especially on shorts. So we're gonna be clipping this every single time my phone slipped in the tripod and opened up the camera the wrong way. Sorry about that. There we go. This tripod is very shaky. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get you as close as possible to this thing. There we go. That a good angle? Congratulations, Jamie. Congratulations, Sam, and thank you for being a very positive and strong influence on my life. Sam is the reason that I went fully sober. All right, you guys ready? Slightly different angle. YouTube doesn't like the same thing over and over again, right? You guys are on a pile of sawdust. Stay there. Sorry, guys. I am having trouble with my tripod today. There we go. Clip that one again. I can't wait for you to get your 10 either, Leighton. All right, we are going to air up the bladder inside of this and move on to the next step. Give me 1 second here. got the edges rounded off, we're going to clean it up over here. Hey, Jake's in here. Everybody say hi to Jake. Jake is the newest team member on Life Skateboards, and he has been killing it lately. So next is the mock wheel, and in a second I'll be able to see your guys in the chat. ready. And we are ready for the orbital here. That's on you, Sam. Oh, Jake, I've done that a while ago. You should have seen I made a board. Lightning Gamer. Do you think that you're gonna insult me by incorrectly assuming my sexual orientation? Because I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you're incorrect. Although everybody should love whoever they love. I hope that whatever possessed you to come over here and say some really silly stuff gets better for you in your life. That's all I can really tell you, man. I hope whatever's bothering you gets better. I hope you got whatever pent up, upset anger you got out of you there. Well, I take that's so funny. How is the chat? Dude, Sam, it doesn't matter what I do. If I leave the mask on, I get people telling me to take it off. If I take it off for steps that have the vacuum, I get yelled at for taking it off. The internet's a wild place. Oh, hi there, Real West Man. Once again, we think, there's a rule that I have with myself whenever I argue with someone on the internet. Is this a 12-year-old? Probably a 12-year-old. Should probably ask your parents' permission before you got on my live, but it does say not for kids on here. Lightning Gamer, I know you don't have control over anything else in your life, so you think that pretending you have control over someone else on the internet gives you your little jollies, but that doesn't really fly here, buddy. Don't really know what you think you're doing, but thanks, little boy. Bye-bye. Oh, let's see. And we got Real West Man here thinking he's funny too. Let's go ahead and just hide you guys. What I found out is when I hide users from the channel, they keep commenting like they think they can comment, and that just makes me happy because I never even get to see what they're saying. They just keep futilely sharing their hatred for me, and nobody else gets to hear it. It's so fun. All right, anyway, back to board making. Thank you, Sam. Probably. I think so. I haven't hidden you yet. I will say Nightbot is a little out of control today, so I apologize about that. Do I know how to ride a board? Do I know how to ride a board? So there's about 2 clicks away where you can go watch me skate if you'd like to. Yes, I do skate. It's okay. You probably have much higher maturity than some of the people that I've already had to hide on this page. I just have to do not for kids to have the chat thing on here. I was just being a smart ass. Nope. Is it durable? Hell yeah. These boards last a lot longer than most factory boards because of the process that we use. If you'd like to not take my word for it, you can Google Life Skateboards and check our reviews. People are so strange right now. Very strange. top and bottom is now the top and bottom. In the same chat, I got someone screaming at me to take the mask off and someone telling me to put it on. So if this is a Festool vacuum system, once again, this live is called How Skateboards Should Be Made. If I was looking for advice, I'd ask. But I put a respirator on for the rest. What's the curves for in here? For fun. This was a customer request. These are the first two shaped out of a customer request. There we go. Yep. That's for Jake right there. I'll just shape boards like this now. We're good. Talk about mod later on. You know what, Jerry? You've been Jerry. I just called you Jerry so many times. There you go, Joey. Control it, Joey. I do like to respond to people being dicks. I will let you know that, Joey. But as soon as somebody's being like wildly racist or things like that, go for it. Usually takes about 15-20 minutes of shaping, and then there's 8 days of press curing, and then clear coat and graphic application, Chris. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm pretty decent at disarming them. I like to kind of have a chance to like turn them around, but we'll see. It's mainly because I need to set up a mod a little bit better here. Is not available. I am. Thank you, I am. I not only write for the company, but I have a signature shape and graphic with the company. This is a really sick shape. It's turning out really cool. But this one's ready for graphics now. Yep. There's the first one of this shape to be shaped. Customer request. Remember, just reach out to the contact information on the website or to my boss through the Life Skateboards Instagram. That's Life Skateboards 1010. Check that out. And skating season's never over, Virgil. Never. There are no you know what? I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. I said that to somebody when I was young and got made fun of and kind of pushed out of the skate scene for something that silly, for saying something like that. But I'm going to kindly correct that. The skateboarding season's never over. There's garages, there's parking garages, there's shoveling the skate park and letting it dry, there's indoor parks, and if you don't have an indoor park, push for one. I know that they're few and far between nowadays, but skateboarding is never over. depends on where you're at, but I think that's probably the best idea, going to the customers, because skate shops are not the best idea right now. If you check the industry, you'll agree with me on that. The night, it is a really cool one. Sorry if I'm missing stuff, guys. I started skateboarding 21 years ago. I started making boards with Sam about 4 years ago. He's been doing it since 2012. I'm making customer boards, bud. This is a custom request from a customer. Canadian and Great Lakes maple. We print with hand-carved Lino block. If you want one of these, go to lifeskateboard.com and check us out. We'll make whatever you want. We got a ton of stuff for you to choose from. Alright. Got the top and bottom of this are cleaned up. A little bit of glove right here. Time to clean up the edges. Gilly, if you go on our website, we actually do have a coffin shape on there. So that would look great in there. For graphics. Of course, Tim, all but stay lame. Shout out to Low Card. Do I have that hat on? Yeah, I do. Stay lame. There you go. Teddy, give me 1 second. I just heard Sam's voice out there, so let me ask him how that works. Teddy, I believe, so when the printing label, when the shipping label gets printed, you should get a notification. They're all done. Yeah, both of the new ones. You should get a notification with shipping information. If it was one of those Casper ones, that it's going out Monday. Just talk to Sam about that. What's my outlook on occasional drinks? Did you just ask a alcoholic what his outlook on occasional drinks is?
Water.
What's an outlook on an occasional what's the outlook on occasional needle use for heroin?
I'm clean from opiates, but I still shoot heroin on Saturday nights, only between 11:30 and 11:40.
Yeah, so that an addiction is an addiction. Addiction is a disease. It's something that changes the chemistry in your brain. If you don't understand what the tolerance threshold is, that's where your brain gets used to a specific amount of substance in your body and wants it to go back to that every time that substance is reintroduced into your system. Once you've established a tolerance threshold, that's an addiction. It's a physical addiction. So if you reintroduce that substance to your body while you already have an addiction, you're right back to square one. So if you can have occasional drinks, cool, you're probably not an alcoholic. But I'm an alcoholic and I'm an addict. So if I have an occasional drink, I'm right back to square one and I'm not sober. So there's that. Anyway, I'm going to move on here. Actually, no, not sorry. Not sorry about that. We all learn something someday. That's something I picked up that I learned in rehab that I did not listen to at all. It took three attempts at trying to get sober to get me here. And remember, while relapses aren't a part of recovery, they are not the end of recovery. So never look at it that way. All right. Thank you, blank user. Yeah. Thanks also for taking me being a smartass about that, blank user, because I just am a smartass about it. Of course, Jet Life. We are going to push through these three here. I don't know if I should finish this. It's pretty short on first two plies.
Is it 2?
I think so.
I gotta get with the glue tack.
Yeah. Well, you got to get with your veneer too. Those next? Those are new?
Yeah.
I didn't even know those were new. Never mind. We're not going to do those three. I'm glad Sam was here.
Thank you, Casper.
Thank you, Sam. We're doing this one because this is a new shape as well. Attics are hard to get into. I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. Teddy, we'll send somebody in after you, I promise. Oh, that's when it's funny to joke about, when it was a funny typo. You guys are funny. More of a crawl space kind of guy. So strokes, there's a couple different versions of that trick. There's the, spaghetti western is from fakie. You do a fakie thruster, grab the board on your front foot, wrap it around and come back in regular. There is a can opener where you grab the board by its nose, wrap your front foot around it, flip it around and come back this way. There's an electric can opener where you do that without the grab, and then there's a front foot impossible where you do the entire wrap around your foot. I've done a few of those. The company is called Life Skateboards. Of course, Ryan. Glad. I hope it makes people more confident to talk about their stories, because I know that talking about stories saves people's lives. Front foot impossible sweepers are super easy once you have sweepers down. It just takes some finesse to figure it out. My best advice is point your toe up and make a circle with it, and it works. All right.
It's all right. It's depending on what you're talking about smoking, it could be the same. Some stuff is still physically creates a physical dependence. Forgive me for making these angles here and taking my time with it, but these shorts of me doing this do so well. I just don't smoke at all, Jamie. I also don't look at other people for their choices to set my life. If you want one of these, go to lifeskateboard.com and check them out. These are actually some new shapes that I'm sure will be released soon. Moving on to the Mac wheel again. And thank you for that. Thank you for that, Sam. See you, Juggalo. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I'm having a hard time catching up with these here. If you guys are new, remember you're watching Life Skateboards be made. You can get these at lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in, Jamie. I can't do anything about it, Sam, so I'm just going to ignore it. Doesn't need a timeout. It needs those reminders, dude. This is a company I work for called Life Skateboards. Think about it this way, Sam. So the audience is steadily changing. So I always want to, and the chat doesn't update when you hop in here new. So I want everybody to be able to see everything. You know what I mean? Sam's right, Ryan. So you might be watching me make these, but you can actively talk to the owner and operator of Life Skateboards right there. So talk to Sam right there, and he'll let you know any answers to any questions you've got. Although you're right, Sam, I definitely do need to update the timing on those messages. I did it for like 6, 7, and 8 minutes. So, what's up, Bobby? Thanks for making it in here. What is it, 4.5 more hours before the new video drops? Life Skateboards and Life. Life is the name of the company. But lifeskateboard.com is the website. I'm doing all right. How's everybody else in the chat doing today? It says it twice.
in both directions because I have absolutely no clue what it looks like on your end. I'm not a consumer of content, I'm a creator. T-Bird, our specialty is making you boards that last, not just pretty trash. So here at Life Skateboards, we have a ton of different steps that we do that are a little bit different than how factories go about things to ensure that quality is the main priority. So when we roll the glue on the boards, first of all, we roll the glue on the boards. We roll it by hand so we can get full glue coverage on every side of every ply inside your skateboard. Glue machine's gonna miss your top and bottom ply. I used to say they all miss crossbands, but I've noticed that some people have figured out how to put a crossband in at an angle and get it, but they're still missing their top and bottom ply. So to be able to guarantee against delam, we glue by hand here, and then we do a long press and cure time. So it's a 24-hour in the press time, and then 7 days curing before we cut out the shape. We also do everything in-house here, so having control over the entire process adds levels of quality control that you don't really get elsewhere. Since we're the ones making it, we can make exactly what you want with your wheelbase, your ply number, and because we're making it to order, you get exactly what you want. And then the other thing that sets us apart is our graphic application process. We apply graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. The majority of the industry uses heat transfers, and while heat transfers are a super, super easy way to mass produce images and photorealistic graphics, to apply a heat transfer, you roll it through a heat roller. The thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue is heat. It's the reason you're always told never to leave your board in the car. So passing on damage up to the board to the customer isn't something we want to do here. So we commission artists to hand carve lino blocks. It's a relief mirror image of the graphic. We then apply it by hand by rolling the ink onto the stamp itself, slapping it on there, rolling the back of it, pull it off, and you got your graphic. If you want examples of those, you can go to lifeskateboard.com. You can go to lifeskateboard1010 on Instagram, and then I believe I have some posts of collage graphics that I've done myself. Good questions, T-Bird. Great question. I have a jumpsuit that I will be wearing for Halloween. Fort Wayne in the house. Where did I miss that? Of course, T-Bird. I do roll the glue. That's all me. You can do it next time, Gray. We can do that for you. We love you too, Trevor. What got deleted? That didn't need to get deleted, Nightbot. Somebody's just laughing. I don't know. Maybe the little things make them excited. That's not spamming an emoji. I send text messages like that. That's silly. I don't know when to be with you, but apparently you are you. That's correct. Stranger things haven't been said lately to me, but that's a pretty odd one. Now guys, if you like what you're watching, please double tap the screen for me. I want to see that number up there go up while I'm finishing the edges up on this board. 6 and 4. Thank you. Ready for graphics, and we got the orbital for one more, and then we're going to go through the next 6, 3 at a time. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. This is the step where I can actually respond to what you're saying. Oh, dang, I have been missing a lot in the chat there. Dang it, sorry guys. You got a barn pop and a pan head on the way. That's awesome. I need to scroll down when I mess with stuff. Yeah, dude, Nightbot needs to probably chill. Apparently, I thought I turned off the thing that said if you spam, it cuts them out. But I will change that after this live. Sorry, guys. How much of those ones you're working on right now? I don't know. That's a Sam question. I'm not sure if he's set the price for these yet. These are a brand new shape that hasn't been released yet. Oh, man. Nightbot, I think I have to remove you as a standard moderator. So now I've just got a random chat bot asking to do stuff. I might have to hide it at some point. I'll work on that later, though. Yeah, we started off the live today with 2 brand new shapes. Hey, at least it's gonna keep putting the messages in there. Maybe I need to just turn that on. We'll see if it does the annoying thing where it keeps asking to be a moderator. If it doesn't do that, I'm just not gonna turn on. I'm just gonna not make it a moderator and have it keep doing these messages here. I think Joey's got it handled. Yeah, shout out to Munchies. I don't know who that is. Did I miss something? Hey, that's rad. People finding each other. People finding each other in the chat. I love seeing that. Let me screenshot this. Looks like you guys post cool stuff. I better subscribe to you guys later. I'll warn you, I'm not a very big consumer of content. I'm a creator of content, so. But I do like to definitely subscribe to people that are on here. Thank you, Joey. Thanks, Munchies. check it out. Where do you skate most of the time, Munchie? Hey, some yeah right stuff going on there, Teddy. That would be fun to do. Well, hey, I like watching that stuff too. Most of my skating influence came from the fact that I came to skateboarding from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, so. Is that for the new game? People keep getting on my lives. People keep getting on my lives and telling me I need to try the new game, but I have not tried it. It's been downloaded on my console for a couple weeks now, and I've just been editing. That's rad that you guys ran into each other, though. Yeah, I'll have to check it out then. I'll check that out later. I just finished editing 2 videos, so I'm going to take a little break on editing. If I finish all this work today, maybe I'll end the day out playing that. You could be a Ninja Turtle. All right, I'm Of course, everybody better love Wasteland. It is. I've played Session a couple times, and I think that is my favorite as far as controls go. It seems extremely realistic. I'm not a big video game guy, so I had an N64 for a really, really long time. Earlier this year, I helped somebody clean out a house and got an Xbox One out of it. So I need to get Sessions. It made sense. The one time I played it, I was told like transition's gonna be really hard to skate, and it's so logical to me to skate transition in that game. That sounds fun, Teddy. I might have to do that. Ooh, I need to pop my wrist. All right, double check this real quick. Looks like this one's ready for graphics. I'm gonna set it out here in case Sam is ready to apply these today. I have no clue what his plan is, but I want to get these out here. That way, if he needs them, I'm not in his way. All right, and I'm gonna grab myself an energy drink and we're gonna keep going here. Ran my hand along the side of this and decided it needed some more love. There we go. All right. Sorry, with this being a new shape, I'm still figuring out when I gotta go back and catch up here. Grab the other one. I promise this is a different one. We're going to do the same thing on this Alright. And here we go. BMX Street, that would be fun. I don't ride BMX in real life at all. It terrifies me. I can't wait until we have a French press and electric kettle here, Sam, so I can enjoy John's coffee. I'm going to walk you guys through my entire BMX career real quick. I've been skateboarding the majority of my life. Had a buddy that was pushing me to ride bikes when he picked it up for a little bit. Pushed me and pushed me and pushed me, and one day I was like, you know what, I'll try it. I was in the back corner of Major Taylor's skate park. Cut a diagonal line across the park. Went down one little roll and was like, oh, this is easy. Pumped a hip, easy. Pumped a 5-way, easy. I should be able to air a hip, right? Well, then I woke up underneath the rail because I don't really know what happened, but when the tires hit the ground, everything flipped, and then I hit the ground underneath the rail. So my whole BMX career lasted about 25 seconds before I knocked myself out. And I'm not going to do that. If I'm going to die, it'll be on a skateboard. But, all right. All right, like I said, we're going to be taking these through 3 at a time. Yeah, that sucked. I respect the hell out of it. That's what I mean. Anytime when I say I don't BMX, it's not out of disinterest or anything else. It's about throwing a big hunk of metal underneath me while I'm also doing other things. I like that I can kick my board out away from me. Yeah, I have no clue how to bail with a bike. It's just like quad skates. That shit is gnarly, dude. Imagine being on a vert ramp where you're falling from the top and the only thing you have to catch yourself has wheels on it. That's so rad. That's just wild. Watching people skate quad skates on vert blows my mind. All right. We got 2 and then 3. And remember, I'm going to be shutting up while I shape. And we're going to move it around a little bit. Remember, go to lifeskateboard.com, check it out. You can always buy supers to directly support me, and there's a Patreon on my page if you want to directly support me. But watching these, sharing it, double tapping the screen, that helps me out a lot. So, thank you. Not really, no.
kind of Halloween themed from us, kind of. And I only say kind of because of what the graphic is.
My signature graphic from Life Skateboards is Casper the Ghost ripping out of the throat of a scarecrow that's doing a boneless Christ stare with my shape. So check that out. It's not on the current website, but if you want it on a board, just put it in the notes. The new website should have it. As far as deck shapes go, we've got coffins already. That's pretty Halloween. Not really a lot, but you could definitely call my graphic a Halloween graphic, I guess. The scarecrow's wearing a flannel. Does that count? I don't know. It was a fun graphic. Pumpkin shaped boards. I mean, maybe our new Mega Twin, Teddy. Maybe that's what it is. There we go. Yeah, it counts. My graphic counts. Hear that, Sam? I gave us a festive graphic. Actually, you gave me a festive graphic. Thank you, Sam. All right. Remember, guys, I'm going to be trying to catch this for a short here. There we go. That's a fun angle. You guys are just getting all the cool angles today. All right, there's another angle. That looks fun. All right. Let's see, what else was said here? I mean, a penny board is just a very short board. Your shapes are gonna be like popsicles, and then you've got things like punk points are always boards that come to a point. Fishtail is another descriptor of a shape. Footballs, shovel heads, hammerheads, knuckleheads, square nose and square tails. There's a lot of different descriptors, and then of course they all mean different things to different people. For example, we've had the football here at Life Skateboards for a long time. A lot of people are like, hey, where are your egg-shaped boards? Football is a symmetrical egg, like everyone else is made. Eggs just aren't symmetrical in nature, so we called our oval shapes that weren't symmetrical eggs. But when did the Life open originally? Sam made his first board in 2012, and then he had a shop in the early 2000s. I'm going to need Sam to tell you when he started that shop. But, all right. We're going to get to this here. This is exciting, too. What is that? I think that's going to be six YouTube shorts off of this live today. Thank you, guys. Hope you guys don't get tired of that router, because I'm going to keep showing it to you. Got an answer from Sam there. There we go. There's your answer from Sam. So Life Skateboards had a shop in 2002 that closed in 2008. In 2012, this, what you see here,